Hi, this is Misa Hylton, and I'm chilling with my girl Jen on Ladies First.
Hey, it's your girl Jen from Brooklyn. We are here in Hot 97, Ladies First, a special month this month because it's Women's History Month, and it's made hot by City Tech. Shouts out to my peoples for lacing me up and hooking up Ladies First. We need ya. So this month is about highlighting women who are doing amazing things in the industry or who have already set the tone and made a mark for themselves. This woman next to me, you've probably seen her style some of the biggest names in the world. The iconic looks you may remember from back in the day, even now, it's all from her. I'm excited to have her here. My beautiful friend, Misa Hylton.
Jen?
Misa, what's up? Again, I just say the shoes. I don't even pan in the shoes. Can't quite afford them yet, but you look gorgeous. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. So do you.
And I'm happy to set off Women's History Month with you. Because when it comes to fashion and styling, you have done looks, put together women. It's just looks that have resonated with us women, even in just the genre in general.
Yeah.
And you really set your mark in the fashion world.
Thank you.
And you continue to do so with all the amazing things you do.
Thank you so much.
As far as being a fashion stylist, I mean, I'm sure it's in your blood. You love it. You see yourself doing the rest of your life.
Yeah, I mean, I can't get away from fashion styling. It's in me. I've been styling for the past 25 years. So it's just, I can do it in my sleep. And even when I sort of like get away from it with my other business ventures, I get pulled right back in. So I accept it. It's a part of me. I love it. It just oozes from me. Like, I love fashion. I love setting trends. I love making people feel beautiful. I love bringing out the best in my clients, and creating looks that are memorable and really making an impact visually that makes people feel good and makes them feel happy,
And let's talk about trends and impacts, because these photos I'm about to put up on the screen, you guys are going to remember and know. And you're going to be like, Misa Hylton did that? She has done so much. I'm not even going to speak. Let me do the photos herself.
Okay.
Let's talk about one of your close friends and one of your clients, Missy Elliott.
Yes, Missy Elliott. That's my girl.
Style is just one of a kind.
Yeah.
And for a personality like Missy's,
Yeah.
how did you know or dress her and hone in on her style and really create looks for her?
Well, one key thing that I do is I get into the client. We talk, we listen to music, we vibe, we get in a creative space, and we just let the energy flow and the ideas just come. She has her gifts and I have mine, and it's just like a collaboration of this creativity and this energy, and the ideas just come. Everything that I do is an extension of the artist I'm working with when I'm working with, singers and rappers, musicians, because it has to be authentic. So my job is to like get in there and like really see what they want to do, what they want to be, how they want to come across, who's their demographic. That's important.
Oh, wow, okay.
It needs to be in alignment with their music. You like Little Kim, we need to find an image that feels authentic and natural, but also is exciting to the eye, something interesting. A lot of times we would mix things like, accessible and then unaccessible. It's a custom made by Dapper Dan. Pink snorkel with white fur. Like, what girl would not want that in the wintertime? You know what I mean?
That's right.
So it's like it pulls you in, you understand it, and then it takes you somewhere else, and that's what we do.
Absolutely. And when Missy came, Missy, did she come to you early on in her career? Were you there from the jump?
Oh, yeah, I started when she was in the group Sister.
So, oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you were there from the jump.
Straight from VA.
So, because Missy has such a unique style and look, I'm just trying to figure out, how did you create that? Because it's hard to set people apart nowadays when it comes to style. Missy's her own person. Like, that's Missy Elliott. You know what I mean?
think we could see a lot more individuality if people wanted to be unique. I think now is a time where people sort of are comfortable following behind trends, and there's nothing wrong with that. But there's not many risk takers anymore, and there are not many artists who want to stand in their own I was about to curse. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You can curse. You're Misa Hylton. You can do whatever you want.
That want to stand in their own shit. It's
Right.
like, this is in vogue, or this person's wearing it, or this popular person's wearing it, so I want to do it too. Or this person has this shoe, so I'm going to buy that exact shoe too. And these are artists, these are trendsetters that are actually kind of following behind. But the great thing about the artists that I get to work with, that they stand in their own shit, and
That's
they
right.
really love being different and celebrating who they are, because it's a celebration. You got music coming out, you're in your creative bag. Now the next thing is the look. What do you want to look like? How do you want to show yourself to the world? So we really get into that. It's a lot of talking and a lot of building.
And that's interesting you said that, because after Missy, I think Missy disappeared for a little while, right?
Yeah.
Then she came back.
Yeah.
And then you started styling her with some other looks as well with her comeback, right?
Yep.
I believe the next one was at Billboard.
Oh, yeah.
You did that, which was phenomenal. The colors, the looks, the jacket.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And
yes.
at this point, I would say the sexy Missy was coming out. Like, you didn't know there was a sexy side of Missy.
Well, if you listen to her lyrics, she's
that's
very sexual.
Yes, that's true. This is true.
But she didn't always show it on the outside.
Why was that? When did she break out of that show?
Missy's very shy, believe it or not. Do you know that?
No, I had no
Yeah,
idea.
she's
That's
super shy. So, I think it had to do with that. As women, we go through our journey into, stepping into our womanhood and things that we feel comfortable. And I think it's just her time, and she's ready to show that side.
Yes, and she's so ready. And she actually came back with her own a new song, right, called "I'll Be Better."
Yeah,
I'm better. I'm better.
Yep.
And that video was phenomenal, because the looks there. The next slide, the next photo.
Yeah.
The visuals in that was just crazy.
Thank you.
The outfits, oh my God, talk about it. This is like a comeback for Missy.
Yeah.
What did you guys talk about to kind of bring it all together?
Well, what happens is, we'll have a conversation, and she'll kind of tell me what she's feeling like. She'll let me hear the music, and then we have a conversation with Dave, Dave Myers, who's the director, and kind of see what he's thinking visually. And it's like this sort of marriage of ideas, because he's coming with the way he wants to light something, what the background would be, and what his perspective is on her music. So it's such an awesome experience, because you have like these three creative brains, like just sitting and building. So, we spoke about it. I received the treatment, and I just, go
Does it
in.
just pop in your mind? Like,
Yeah.
yes, that's what I want to look like. Or does it take some time for you to kind of put it
sometimes, sometimes you have to reach for the inspiration, but when you have a client like Missy, I mean, the music is the inspiration right there. So it's like between the music and getting a sense of what she wants to look like now, and she's feeling the sexy vibe. She loves her hoops all the time.
yes.
Yeah, that's her thing. That's her staple. And, just showing a side of her that is matured, but still Missy. You know what I mean? And mature, when I say that, is like her showing the sexy side, her womanhood more, as opposed to maybe the tomboy Missy or the Missy that was like, funny and joking and silly. So she's like really in tune with her. I was going to say sexuality.
Sexuality, yes,
her goddess energy. Goddess energy.
And, it's good you mention that, because I think a lot of mistakes that stylists do is they try to put clients in things that they think would look nice to them.
Jen, you cannot
You know
do
what I mean?
yes,
Like,
you cannot do that.
I remember one time I had a stylist.
That's not styling.
No. One time a stylist tried to put me in something I know I would never be comfortable with.
Right.
It was just some crazy looking dress with some not big earrings and stuff. Not
Yeah.
earrings,
Yeah,
but
it's not for you. You don't like it.
And if you're not comfortable in the clothing, it's gonna show.
Yeah,
in the camera.
absolutely. And so that's the thing too. Being able to understand your client. That's in communication. That's one of the things that we teach at the Misa Hylton Fashion Academy. Like, everyone has their unique sense of style that's to be celebrated, and your job is to sort of bring that out. You know what I mean? Like, not just, this is in vogue, or the Kardashians had this on, or this one had this on, so this is what we're doing now. That's so whack.
That's right.
And you have to, being a stylist is not dressing good and walking in, looking all fabulous. This is what you can do. If you have that, that's fine. And if you don't, that's fine as a stylist. But it's about bringing that out of your client and not trying to emulate
Other people.
or you're dressing every single client like you. That's not really styling.
Not at all. But
No.
you know what styling is because you're
Yes.
Hylton. Setting trends out here. Now the next photo, the next image.
Woo.
Mary J in Real Love.
Yes.
Now, Mary, during this time, let me tell you, I think I copied every look that Mary had on. At that time as well, this type of styling out there, it was just not out there for people to see.
You know, this was a very exciting time because things were changing. Big time. Music was changing. It was like the turn of something really special was happening with the hip hop and R&B sound. Before Mary, I had worked with Jodeci. And when I worked with Jodeci, they were singers singing these beautiful ballads from Charlotte, North Carolina. And we wanted to put them like in combat boots, baseball caps, and hoodies. When I say we, Sean Combs and I, he was just made it from intern to A&R at Uptown Records. So I had the opportunity to work with Jodeci, and we had to fight for that image. We had to go to Andre Harrell. I felt like we were in his office for 2 hours. He was like, absolutely not.
Why was he so against it?
Because at that time, if you sung, and you were a singer, you wore hard bottoms, you wore a suit, you dressed up, silks, all that stuff. So we were coming with something different. So after 2 hours, he decided to let us rock. But he was like, if this doesn't fly, you're going to be holding, yes. So that was super successful, and Andre Harrell came to me and he said, I have this new artist that I'm about to, drop, and I want you to work with her. And I was like, really? I would love to. Who? Mary J. Blige. And so there it is. So her style was like an interpretation of Jodeci in some ways, going against the grain, again, because remember Whitney and, Mariah, and it was about dressing up in the beautiful gowns, and her sound and who Mary is and was at that time. She had a tomboy edge. She had an edge to her. She had this thing that was really special, and it wasn't in a gown, like her magic came this way. So it's again, it was about getting into the client. We're both from Westchester, so we kind of understood each other because we grew up like in the same type of environment. She was in Yonkers, I'm in Mount Vernon, so we had a lot of things in common. We understood each other, so we were really able to connect early on, and just do something great. But it was about being different and doing something that was attention grabbing and something that people would love to see visually,
And you did it. You hit the nail right on the head because I was obsessed with this video because it was like, she looks like me, or style-wise.
It was relatable.
Girls, or want to be sexy, but also tomboys. And still, merge the both worlds. So I think you hit that right on the head.
Thank you. Yeah, that was an amazing time.
And now with the next image, my lord.
Woo!
Yes, Misa's responsible for the Not Gonna Cry look.
Mary was a part of the Waiting to Exhale soundtrack. And again, listening to the music and doing something in alignment with her image that she had thus far. And we got a little, we had a little, this was a time when her career was starting to grow. And so when that happens with an artist, you start to get these people that come in that are like, clean it up. Like, maybe you shouldn't do this. Maybe you shouldn't wear the hoop earrings. Maybe you shouldn't black lipstick. I don't know, Okay. So it was a time that was happening. So we had to stand our ground. So we came up with something black, and we just don't want to do black. How do you make black hot? So I went for the Jackie O look, shades, and then what made it edgy was the black lipstick.
Yes, because no one was wearing black lipstick.
No.
That was the first time I ever seen black lipstick.
We were going for like the ghetto fabulous Jackie O.
Yes.
And
you did it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. This is not it, y'all, because there's still more iconic looks I have on this TV. The next one, please.
Woo! Memory lane.
This will go down in history. Misa,
yeah, everything changed at this point.
Okay, let's talk
everything
about everything
changed. Okay, so with this video, Lance Rivera was Big's partner, and they had Undias, and Kim was next on the roster, and he was also and is a video director and a movie director. So his vision was The Wiz.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
So when in reading the treatment, we were going to have a yellow scene, we were going to have a blue scene, we were going to have a green scene, and we were going to have a red scene. And his inspiration was The Wiz. Everybody loves The Wiz. if you ever saw it. If you didn't, you need to go see it. And so, yeah, we could just do the clothing, and I can dress everyone in yellow and dress everything in, everyone in the colors. But I wanted to do something special and really take it over the top. And I always loved hair, and I loved changing the color of my hair, and I would be blonde and black and red and all different things. So I had a hair fetish. So everything that I do, hair is an important part of it. I just love hair. In another life, I was like a hairstylist. So, so I went, and while I was out shopping, I just grabbed some wigs from a wig shop, and I bought all colors, and I bought them to Dion Alexander, and I was like, I want to do colored hair. And everyone was like, wow, the creative people got it. But once again, meeting resistance, like, what? She's going to look like a clown, colored hair. Remember, that wasn't common back then. What? To walk around like this is, we could go outside right now and see this, it's normal, to do that, but it wasn't then. And so, I had to stand my ground on that. Thank God Lance Rivera, he supported me. And when you find those people in your career, like, they're like gems. Like, he backed me. He was like, all right, I got you. I'm going to make sure that you get this look off. And I did. And the rest was history. Little Kim crossed over to MTV at this point. The world opened up for her because the level of creativity and the unique style appealed to everyone, because unique style is universal. So this is something that was interesting to people in Japan, in Europe, in, everywhere, or all across the world. So now we're working with Japan Vogue, and we're working with London a lot, and she went global. Like, her look, she became like the sweetheart of rap. Everybody loved her, even though her lyrics and her persona is so like hardcore, but she's a sweetheart, and everyone loved her, and they ate her up.
But Misa, do you ever sit back and just look back at the styles and things you've done, and like, damn, like,
yeah,
really
recently it's like, wow, like, that was really dope, and I'm so grateful to have been able to share my creativity in that way, and to work with some amazing women and men.
And speaking of amazing, one final look.
Woo!
We will never forget Lil' Kim at the VMAs.
Yes.
I remember watching the TV. Let me tell you something. And when Kim walked on that carpet, I was like, her boob is out.
Something very risk-taking that everyone was like, oh, are you sure?
Wait,
yeah.
Wait, so did Kim come to you and say, Misa, I want my boob out?
Let me tell you this story.
How did this go down?
No, this story is legendary. This story is crazy. One weekend, I'm chilling with Missy. We're talking about music, fashion, art, just like dope shit. We used to do that in those days. I don't know what people are doing now. Like,
so. Everyone's on social media.
Yeah, everybody's on their phone. Like, so we were talking about just fashion and fun, and Missy said, you know what? If I was Little Kim, I would just, when they come out with my titty out, like, fuck it. I don't even care. She was like, I would just do that. And I'm like, okay.
Something went in your mind, you put
that back there. Yep. And so
Really?
the next major event that we had was the MTV Awards. And so, one thing that I always did with Kim, because she has like that girly side and she's so petite and she's so cute, I always wanted to make it like fun and sort of balance out the lyrics because of who she was personality wise. So it wouldn't be like all the way raunchy. It would be like pretty or, cute at the same time, or beautiful, not just like hardcore sex. So I chose lavender as the color to work around. Color. And we used Indian bridal material. And it was a custom design. And again, Dion Alexander. Yeah. Dion Alexander, got the hair. We were doing the colored hair at that time. So we just kept it going. So we went from primary colors into the pastels. And yeah, that was it. But that night when Diana Ross fondled her boob, I was sweating bullets. I think my underarms were like leaking like Niagara Falls. I was like, don't knock it off.
Oh, how did you secure that? Just a lot?
No. We used eyelash glue, I think, and weave glue.
Eyelash glue stuck that together?
Yeah.
God bless.
Yep. And then up the arms. Yep. And it stayed perfectly.
It was absolutely, this is how you set the trends. This is how you just make iconic looks. Yeah. Doing things like this, setting the bar high, having your boob out.
Yeah. That was such an amazing night. And I had even after I was at the awards, that night we shot the song she has with Mobb Deep. We shot Quiet Storm. So we shot Quiet Storm, and we went from the MTV Awards, I guess by the time we finished everything and she did her press, it must have been about 10 or 11, and started shooting.
Wow.
Yes. And so we shot all night. So now it's about 8 or 9 o'clock. We shot in a club all night. I come outside. I'm like, okay, time to go home. Let me get it together. And this is everywhere. My mother's calling me. It's on the newspaper. It's on the news in the morning. It's like, I'm like, what? What just happened? I couldn't believe it.
Really?
And they were like, everyone, the record company's calling me. Everyone's like, they want to speak to you. They want to know about this outfit, this look. And I was like, whoa.
I mean, did it cross your mind? I'm just saying, Misa, when you show up to the red carpet with your titty out, I mean, you would expect people to be like, what? That's insanity. Because at this point,
I think we were so in our bag and so in our bubble that we didn't think about it in that way. Like, when we were young, we didn't care. We were just like, whatever, okay, we're doing this. And Kim, we had the best working relationship. So it would be like, whatever I wanted to do, she was with it, and she was never scared.
I could clearly.
Ever. She was like, what? That? Okay. It used to get to the point where I could just show up with wardrobe for her. Like, we didn't have to discuss it, fittings, nothing. And it would fit, and it was always perfect. That was a great time.
It was just, listen, let me tell you something, Misa. All the looks you've done, I've already went through all of them. Iconic looks, ladies, and even gentlemen out there. This is the one behind it. She has made history in fashion, as you can tell, and I'm just so thankful to have you here talking
I'm thankful
to me right
to be here.
I love
this
you.
is
You
wonderful. I love you too.
I love your spirit, and I love your style.
Thank
I told
you.
Like, the ghetto fab look, that's all me.
Yeah.
Because of you, I buy furs nonstop. Full fur though, because
that's
I don't
right.
do that.
Yeah.
But you can ask anyone in the office.
Yes.
I show up in a fur. Like, what's
yes.
up? And that's because of, like, all these looks you've done.
Thank you.
So this is super amazing.
Thank you.
And there's someone else who thinks you're awesome. We actually have a fan from School City Tech who has a question for you.
Sure.
And we're actually going to pop that up on the screen.
Hi, my name is Ariana. I'm a student at City Tech. What I wanted to know is, how did you develop your own unique sense of style, and who was your biggest influence?
Okay, how did I develop my own sense of style? Early on, I was met with a lot of resistance about my personal style. I come up in a super conservative family, my mother's side. So, just to give you a background on my mother's side, like, my grandfather was a Tuskegee Airman and an engineer, and my aunt got her doctorate in physics, and my other aunt got her MBA from Harvard, so and my uncle, I'm the black sheep. I was like,
where did this come from?
Yeah. So, I loved hair growing up. So, I was always doing something crazy with my hair, and I loved nails, and I loved girly stuff, and I loved color. And I was just like, so out there. And, I was told, I was advised to tone it down sometimes, or you shouldn't do that, or, cut your nails down, or why is your hair blonde, all that kind of stuff. So, thank God for rebellion, because I stayed true to who I was. And as I got older, I was able to express myself more freely. So it was just something natural. I can't explain it. It was just, I don't know. I came out that way. I was just like, when I was younger, as a preteen, rap didn't come on every day. It came on Friday and Saturday. So every Friday and Saturday, I would listen to Mr. Magic, and I would have my stereo on like record and pause, ready to like tape all the hot songs. And I would just daydream about wardrobe before music videos. Like, I would just think about, okay, if I walked into the club with this song, or this artist should have this on and that on, and that's where music brought me. So music has been a big inspiration for me. Rap music, something about music stimulates ideas for me. And so from a young girl, I was like creating these looks in my head. I was a big daydreamer. I used to get in trouble for that too. And then I started dating Sean. He was an intern. He was going to Howard University. And once he started in his career, I was right there, and I had the gifts and the talents, and it just was like perfect, and I was able to start in that way. But I would say music has been a big inspiration. Color. I love like watching people. I'm a big people watcher. I just love unique traits about people, and nature. Whenever I get stuck, I need some like new energy, I just go outside wherever I am. I go outside and I just take in people and I take in the environment, and I usually come up with the best ideas that way.
And it's very inspiring. Your
Thank
whole story,
you.
know what I mean? To all the girls out there too, who are might be in the same situation, stuck in a family who's conservative or doesn't really step outside the box one way. Clearly Misa's to show you that you can step outside the box and make something of yourself and be proud of it.
Yeah, absolutely. And though, some things, and we have to be careful, with how we communicate and what energy we bring to like our friends, or if you have children, or, just the people that you engage with, coworkers. Like, you want to always be bringing life to someone, or like encouraging them, and not sort of keeping people down in a sense. If something doesn't feel good, it's not good. That's your navigation system. So, just build people up and recognize what's different and what's unique about people, because that's their gift. People, we're not clones. Like, we're all here to be different and express ourselves in our way. And that's a beautiful thing. That's what makes the world go round. All these different people with great stories and great things to share. And so that was a big part of me wanting to start the Fashion Academy as well, to be a place where someone who's interested in fashion styling, or, that wants to, get their foot in the door of fashion, or express their creative side, they can come and learn, and learn the skill set, and learn the business acumen and the etiquette, and how to actually make it a business, and where you can be, it will be, being a fashion stylist is a job today. That's another thing. When I started, it was like, what? These people can't dress themselves? Like, you dress people? Like, what do you mean? You buy clothes? Like, no one really understood that. You got to think about, in the early 90s, like, that didn't sound like a career or a job, at least not around with the people I was around. So, and I find that still sometimes. I have some students that have come with their parents, and they really want to understand, like, how is this, like, what is this about? Yeah, how does she loves clothes? I want to support her, but I need to understand before I make this investment in her future. How does this work? Like, what is it about? And then I tell them, look around, especially today, online, web presence, billboards, go outside. A stylist is getting paid for every visual that you see. There's a lot of jobs. Yeah, think about it. A Geico commercial. There's somebody getting paid a hell of a lot of money to buy some khakis. Yeah. Sometimes, yes.
Wow.
They're one of the highest paid, the stylists that are in advertising. So we cover that. And then we also, get into the students, understand who they are, and see where they would excel most, because everyone's not a celebrity fashion stylist.
Okay, there's different levels.
There's different levels. You may be great. You may be a great editorial stylist. You may be great in television and film. You may be a great wardrobe stylist. Everyone. And some people, they don't have the personality to work with artists. They don't want to do that. Like, that's just not their thing, but they love fashion. They love the security of a 9-to-5. So editorial might be for you, working for a magazine, or working within a company, or working within a structure that's already available, not sort of freelancing. And, that's like a whole different beast. Like, you got to be, it's just certain traits that you have to possess to be able to navigate in the music business, period.
That's so interesting. There's just so many different layers to becoming a fashion stylist.
Yeah.
If someone wanted to join your academy, where can they go?
Okay. Yeah, they can go to my website, www.misahyltonfashionacademy.com. Hylton is spelled with a Y. And there's an application online. And once you fill it out, we do an interview process. And upon acceptance, you'll be a member of the Fashion Academy. We also have an alumni program. The success rate of our students is so great. I'm so happy and so proud of a lot of the students that have come through the program. They're doing great things. I have one student who's actually a part of Beyonce's team. She's working with them. I have another student that's gone to Dubai to work fashion shows. Another student who's working with the Wayans family. Another student who's a part of Tyler Perry's camp, and he's in Atlanta now, and he works on all the television shows. So again, you see someone who went the celebrity route, someone who went the television route, doing wardrobe styling for television and film. So there's so many different routes that you can take in fashion styling. There's so much.
And learning from the best too. Misa Hylton
Thank
is her name. Misa, I mean, besides fashion styling, she's also a life coach. I don't know if you couldn't tell. All
Oh.
the gems she just dropped. And I was sitting here like, yes, tell me more. I need more help. You're just so amazing. I love you to pieces. And before I let you go, I have to put this shot up on the screen. And you gotta remember, yes, Misa was the beautiful blonde girl in the tub with Puff. In the big, was it the Big Papa video?
Yes, Big Papa.
The Big Papa video.
Yes, that was me.
Did you have a personal relationship with Big?
I did.
Big
was so special. I mean, outside of his persona, you know, as a rapper, he was so funny and so full of life. I mean, he was hilarious. He loved to have a good time. He loved to joke. He was very personable and relatable. And he just had this energy about him that was so dope. Like, he really was. He was a great person and super talented on top of it. But it was like the best of both worlds, because he was not only like the illest rapper, but he was like the coolest dude. He really was. And then he had his gangster side too. So it was like, he was just like this, it's no one word that I could say to describe him. He was truly special, and I miss him so much. You know, things would be different if he were here, I think.
You think so?
I think so.
He would be at the top.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you want to share this or not. I mean, feel free to say no, but where were you when you found out that he actually passed away?
Yeah, I was home in Westchester, and I found out in the middle of the night. So, yeah, I was actually in bed, and I found out. I was pregnant with my second son, Nico, and he was actually due
oh, wow.
on that day, and I had him the next week, I had him on the 14th. And he has a special connection to Biggie, too, by the way.
What's the special connection?
I don't know. He's like, I don't know. He just has this connection. He feels like he knows him. He relates to him. He feels like very connected. I don't know. It's just weird. But I was pregnant at that time, so I didn't go to all the festivities. I was 9 months. You know, I was at term. So I was home and I was relaxing. But it was a really tough time because that was a huge loss for us. We were a family, like the Bad Boy family. Like, we started in our basement. You know, Bad Boy Records started in, you know, our basement, and everyone used to come to the house, you know, and spend time. And a lot of the music was made at the house, you know, in the studio.
Okay, so when Puff, do you still call him Puff or Sean or Diddy? Which one is it?
I call him Puffy, and when he gets on my nerves, I call him Sean.
You can tell him I like Puff better. He looks like a Puff too.
Yeah, I like Puffy better.
So when Puff brought this guy around, brought Biggie around, were you like, okay, let's see what it's about? Or right off the gate, you were just like, okay,
right off the gate.
Special.
But what happened was, I was at his office because I was attending St. John's University at the time. So I would come by after class, and I would just hang out in the office with Puff. And Mr. C brought Big up to the office, and I saw him, and they were meeting or whatever, and I got to hear him rapping afterwards, and I said, oh my God, absolutely, you have to sign him. Like, he had something really special, and I heard it right away. It was like in his voice, in his delivery, in his storytelling. And the other thing that I love so much about him, he had his DJ was Notorious B.I.G. and the Hitman 50 Grand. And I just thought that was so gangster, like the Hitman. I just loved that shit. So I was like, what? Like, and I was younger on my real hip hop shit. I was like, I love that. Just the whole thing, it worked. And I thought it was, you know, special. It stood out. And initially, Puff didn't know if he wanted to sign him.
Really?
He was questioning because he didn't know what to do with the image.
Right.
That was the thing. He was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? You know, and I was like, make him the biggest, blackest, sexiest motherfucker out there. That's what we do.
That's what she said.
Right. Yeah. And so, so I told him, I was like, you got to sign him. And he did. And on all of Big's albums, he thanks me for that.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Wow. I hope you like games.
Uh-oh.
Do you like games? Isn't that crazy?
I like a game with you.
Okay, all right. We're going to play a little game, okay?
Only for you, Jen.
Okay. So I talked Misa into playing a game with me.
Okay.
I hope you like games. It's rapid fire questions. It's easy.
Okay.
So it's called This or That.
Okay.
2 things are going to pop up on the screen, okay?
Okay.
And if it's heels or hoops, you say whichever one you like.
Okay.
Very simple.
Just say what I like?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very simple.
Okay.
I have about 15 questions for you. It's real
Okay.
quick, okay?
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay. Travel the world or be more local?
Travel the world.
All right.
I can't wait.
Furs or pearls? Gotta pick one.
Furs all day, baby.
I was hoping you say furs. Yes.
Furs with pearls on them.
Okay. Oh, I like that. You could do that too. Skinny jeans on a guy, because I've been fighting with men about this a lot. Is to stay or gotta go?
Nah, no bueno.
I said no bueno.
No bueno.
That's too much.
That's too much. That's too much.
I gotta say, what about the kids wearing it down to their asses too, and them skinny jeans?
Oh, I
and
can't
all
take that. And
No?
let me. That's when the mother in me kicks in, and I
Yeah.
will ask somebody, "Can you please lift your pants up, please? I don't want to see that."
Thank you. I don't know. How
And
that's
I've never
high.
gotten a rude, nasty young man either. They like straighten
right
up.
away, 'cause
Yeah.
they know it's not right. or
Yeah,
look
I'm like,
right.
come on.
Put it together.
Get it together. That's
Yes.
not cool. And now it's like all the way
Down.
out. Like
they don't even wear it no more. It's right here to the thighs. What's going, fellas?
get it together. Don't do that. It's not cute. And let me tell you something. Women don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you better wonder what kind of energy you're attracting it, and make sure that's the one you want. Because it's cool if you do,
Yeah.
but make sure that's the one you want.
Talk that talk. More fulfilling, empowering women or fashion styling?
Empowering women all day.
Okay. Not gonna cry or crush on you?
Oh, both.
You gotta pick one. Misa.
I gotta pick
you
one?
Gotta pick one if you had to, because damn, these damn videos, they were just.
Oh,
I can't.
I
wouldn't be
can't.
able to, but you're in the hot seat, so you have to.
oh my gosh, I cannot do it. I gotta pick one. They're
Okay,
both super special to me. That's like picking one child.
Okay. Well, if you said it like that, then I can't make you pick. All right, on to the next. No Way Out Puff or So Rock Diddy?
No Way Out Puff all day,
Okay.
baby.
What? Is Diddy being too extra nowadays? though?
Yeah, he's being too extra. I want him to embrace Christian fully. Christian.
Okay.
Yeah, I want him to let him like rock a little bit more
Okay.
in the next generation,
Okay.
and be that suave boss. He's the greatest motivator, by the way. Like really, like coach into the kids. Like like
Oh, I see
Justin and Christian. Like he would have them growing. Nico, all of them, all the guys. Quincy. Well, it's like a whole crew of little boys. CYN. I call them little boys, young men. CYN. So I want to see him embrace that more and sort of like be the Don Dada.
Okay. But I say it with Puffy because I save all of his videos that he posts
Yeah,
on Instagram.
he's
it's
dope.
so motivating.
Yeah, he
Both
doesn't
you guys
play.
Are very motivating.
Thank you. He doesn't play. Like he will have you doing what you have to do.
Oh, yeah.
And his story is amazing. He walks the walk and talks the talk. You know what I mean? Like he started as an intern too. He met a lot of adversity as well. He used to sneak on the train, like because he didn't have the fare to get home to do his internship. Like stay in the bathroom till the conductor went by to get to New York.
And look at him now. He
And
can
look
buy
at him now.
trains.
Yeah,
can
and
buy
he
them
still
trains.
works
can
the
buy a
same
train
way. And he still
station.
works the same way. That's why you have to respect it.
Respect Puff all day,
Yes.
every day.
Yes.
I want to be like him one day. So you let him know that.
Yes, I will.
More outrageous, Kim's boob outfit or that Misty trash bag she wore and I Can't Stand the Rain?
Woo. Those were both very outrageous, but when you start having body parts out, I think that's
You can't do more than your titty out, right?
can't do more than that.
Okay, sexier, showing your cleavage or your legs?
I like legs.
Me too.
Yeah.
I think you could do a lot more with legs.
Yeah, I like legs.
Like a nice 4-inch heel or something like that.
Yeah,
It's just
I love
exudes,
legs.
Right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Champagne or shots? What kind of girl are you?
It depends what day it is. Shots. Shots.
Yeah, shots. Oh, we got to kick it after this. Misa.
Yes.
Ultimate fashion movie, Devil Wears Prada or Sex in the City?
I really like both of them for different reasons. I'll go with Sex in the City.
there. That's just
Yeah.
legendary.
Yeah.
Fashion mistake, doing too much or wearing something that isn't right for you?
Wearing something that isn't right for you, because we're always doing too much. That's what we do. We do too much, okay? So wearing something that isn't right for you.
Okay. More complicated to dress, Jodeci or Usher during those times?
More complicated. Probably Jodeci. And because just it's four of them and they're on the blow up, so egos start getting involved, things become a little bit more difficult. You have all these, it just changes.
Yes.
Once that success hits, things change, and like it opens up for other things. And then Usher at that time was a little boy. Usher used to live in our house too.
Usher used to live in your house?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Usher used to live in our house.
You got a story for days. Misa.
Yeah. We were guardians at the time when Puff worked on his album. That first one? Yeah. So he was easy. He's a little sweetheart.
He still is, right?
He still is.
Oh my gosh. Okay. More nerve-wracking, styling for Vogue or Versace?
Nerve-wracking? I don't get nervous.
That's right. You let us know. Because you do what you do.
I do what I do. I don't get nervous. But I love working with Versace because I love just what they stand for. I love the meshing of music and fashion and lifestyle all together. And I think the Versaces are dope as hell.
I got 3 more for you, okay?
Okay.
Women need to do more, speak up or have bigger goals?
Have bigger goals, because when you have bigger goals, it'll cause you to speak up.
That's right. Hardest thing about being a mom, letting go or time management? Which one?
Letting go.
Letting go. I
Yeah.
respect that, right?
Yeah, letting go. It's like now, it's so funny because my kids are like grown and you forget sometimes. And you're like, oh, shoot.
You're
It's
grown.
like, yeah, you're grown.
You got to do what you got to do.
You got to do what you got to
can't
do.
step in and say
I'm
anything
I'm
anymore.
consultant now. Your role changes. And I'm so happy they come to me about everything. But letting go and letting go and releasing control.
Which I will have to learn when I have kids one day.
Yeah.
because
Woo.
That's hard for me.
Yeah, it's hard for me too.
2 more. Okay?
And they will teach you.
I'm sure they will. I was bad at the teens. I could only
Me
imagine
too.
what it's going to be.
I was too.
I got 2 more for you. To make a relationship work, you need more of trust or communication.
Communication.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trust is big too, but if you trust someone and you're not communicating, it kind of makes me feel like
Me, since
You gotta
you
communicate.
walking around all the questions. You just breaking it down. You putting furs on pearls and all that. Like, don't look at the screen yet.
okay.
But if you were stuck on an island and you could only bring one person forever on this island, would you? Okay, turn.
Oh,
Bring Kim, Mary, or Missy. Which one would be the best? I'm sorry.
this is again like choosing kids. Like, which kid do you want to take with you?
I'll let you fly. They're not gonna cry and crush on you.
I would pick Mary, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
We go back the furthest, and we're like really like sisters. She's Justin's godmother, although Missy's my daughter's godmother, and Kim, I love her too. I love them all, but we're both Capricorn women, and we're a lot alike, and we understand each other completely. So, and it's actually 2 Capricorns and 2 Cancers, so they probably would want to go. Yeah. So I would go with Mary.
Mary. Okay, listen, I'm not gonna hold it against you. Shout out to all the beautiful ladies, though.
But if they all could come, it'd be a party like we used to party in the 90s.
Hey, talk. Misa, again, thank you so much.
Thank you for
coming
having
through.
me.
Women's History Month.
Yes.
And let them know where they can find all your stuff.
Yeah.
The sites and all that.
So you can find me on Instagram at Misa Hylton, MISAHYLTON, and you can find my school at Style Academy on Instagram, and the website for my fashion academy, which is Misa Hylton Fashion Academy, is www.misahyltonfashionacademy.com. And finally, if you're looking to sort of transform, do some creation in your life, sort of create the life that you would love to have, and you need some support, follow Misa Hylton Empowerment Coaching on Instagram. That's at Misa Hylton Empowerment Coaching. And I'm sure you'll find something that will speak to you there and that will be uplifting.
And that's for sure, because I follow away and I find something there every day.
Thank you.
Misa.
Thank you.
Thank you, City Tech, for sponsoring Ladies First. I love you guys. And again, remember, ladies, even guys out there, this show is to empower,
Yes.
inspire, motivate and show you that things can come true if you just put your mind, your heart to it.
Absolutely.
For all the young ladies and women out there.
That's
so
right.
See you next time, another episode of Ladies First. And don't forget, it's not only Women's History Month. We make history every damn day.